Hello, welcome back. This is Redemption Goddess. This is live, but if you are catching this on the playback, thank you for tuning in and listening. Now, if you saw the thumbnail, I, I will be featuring that as the thumbnail for now. But we are going to check out a few. I want to highlight those people that come through and generation after generation after generation, you build little by little. It's amazing that I'm getting different search results. Uh, I already did. Here it goes here. So the article that I have featured is from November the 18th, 2021. I believe Jim Bouchard is credit for the photo. I took a screenshot of the article. Gerald Alley and his brother were raised in Jim Crow South, in the Jim Crow South. They built up Conrail by challenging the status quo. They built up Conrail. That's the name of their company, I guess. Today, the 69-year-old entrepreneur is low-key, mild in manner, but when Gerald Allen was a graduating finance major at the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville, with no employment prospects in sight, he publicly challenged the visiting head of a leading Dallas department store over its white biased hiring practices. Okay, let's see who wrote this article. So this is from dmagazine.com by Barry Schlachter, photographed by Jim Bouchard and Courtney of Gerald Allen. I'm sorry, courtesy of Gerald Allen. Said Courtney of Gerald Allen. Okay, so I want to tweet this back to myself. Students hoping for job interviews squirmed as their afro coiffed what classmates skewered the retail executive using the Texans' own words to note that more than 30% of Sanger Harris customers were black, but not even one of its 200 merchandise buyers was. Y'all, shout out to Gerald Allen for having this conversation and everything. And shout out for you standing up. So he is a finance major. You see that? He is a finance major. So I'll link this in the description box. I love how they worded this. And based on the name of this author, I mean, I can actually probably click and see who pops up. Something went wrong. I know it did. I'll tell you that name. It's like, wow, coming and going, right? Listen to this sentence. Or this, yeah, this is actually a whole sentence. Listen to this. For much of his life, Ali has been challenging the status quo, relying on less disruptive, more effective means. After he and his older brother, Troy C. Allen Jr., founded what is now the largest black-owned construction and real estate company in Texas. With 150 million in projects under construction and about 50 employees, it's among the largest in the country. Long gone are the days when Ali would call on the Miller Brewery in Fort Worth to win his first contract building a tiny guard shack. Today, he reels off completing significant projects for Fortune 100 firms such as JP Morgan Chase, Kroger, and PepsiCo. Frito-Lay division. He is equally open about existential crises that seemingly crop up every decade or so. A DART project that went off the rails, a snake bit VA hospital renovation in Waco, and a suddenly pulled multi-year hospital deal in California, somehow salvaged by a lucky encounter. Then there was the non-malignant but aggressive brain tumor that required 2 rounds of risky surgery and considerable post-operative care. Recovered, Allen now bicycles 20 to 45 miles most Fridays. Being a minority chief executive in the hyper-competitive construction industry and unwilling to accept token contracts as a minority subcontractor only heightened the hurdles. Dallas businessman Don Mitchell was present when Allen rejected part of a big Cotton Bowl renovation project. What they wanted to do was to put Gerald's company down as a minority subcontractor, but without responsibilities. Just go get a check. He was struggling at the time, but turned down the job, Mitchell says. Gerald would never agree to be window dressing. I was at the table, so it was not hearsay. Or so it's not hearsay. So this is what the guy, early business crisis. I don't want to diminish the interview or the research that this person did. So I would love for you to go over and check out the rest of this article. It is lengthy. It goes through his life. A razorback. So his brother Troy is a razorback engineer who had been doing real estate appraisals. So here goes the grind. The grind. When you work in your grind, right? You're grinding. And collaborations. Collaborations are important. Okay. A chance encounter. Hold on, I don't know if I'm reading this right. A chance encounter. Fast food restaurants became Conrail's bread and butter during their early years and led to Allen meeting his future wife, the regional manager of a large McDonald's franchise. Heard Allen arguing with a subordinate who was refusing to pay a mason for a dumpster wall because of wrongly filed paperwork. Hold on. If you don't pay him, I'm going to pay him the same amount to pull Down the wall, Allie said. The manager ordered a check issued and to placate Allen treated him to dinner at the facility at a fancy restaurant. I was about to say I know they ain't saying that McDonald's fancy. Okay. While dining, a former Pine Bluff classmate who worked for IBM walked in with a trainee from New Jersey named Candace Primus. There was a spark, and one day Primus called from the East Coast to say she was being transferred to Las Colinas. The couple ultimately married, and two of their adult children worked part-time for the company while attending graduate school. See? 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 Look, family business. Family business. So you have an engineer, a finance, an engineer, a Razorback engineer, which let's Google and figure out what the hell that means. Because Razorback was capitalized. Razorback engineer. We're going to learn something today. Razorback Engineering. Let's figure out what the hell this is. Oh, damn, this is the name of the company. I thought it was a type of engineer. Tell you how, listen. Okay. Detailed information. Okay. Limited New Zealand. I thought it was like a type of engineering, but apparently it is. Razorback mower. Pittman engineers successful turnaround for Razorbacks. What the fuck? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. So I'm doing this live, you guys, and I have absolutely nobody in the chat. So on this playback, can you please share some love and whatever in the comment section and comment and interact with this content, please? Okay, so apparently that's not a thing. Okay. So I still don't. Is he? So the company. So he worked at Razorback as an engineer. Is that what they're saying? Come on. I'm not the brightest star in the sky, but I will try to shine my light as much as I can. Okay, now, again, I don't want to, because this has a lot of detail, and I want this person that put this together, or the people that put this together, to get the credit. So I will link this in the description box. Let's find another one. Inside the nation's oldest African American owned female what? Run construction management firm? Little shit. Wow. Okay. Let's give some credit. Not now. So this article is from June June 8, 2019. Doesn't say who contributed first. Let's see. It says first published where. Anyway, this is on CBSNews.com, and the name of the article is Inside the Nation's Oldest African American Owned Female Run Construction Management Firm. The woman they have featured here looked like a Spanish or a white woman, but okay. Cheryl McKissack Daniel now sits atop the oldest African American owned and female run construction company in the nation, a business her family truly built from the ground up. In the male dominated world of construction, McKissack Daniel feels right at home. even in hard hat and heels. As president of McKissick and McKissick, she manages projects ranging from a park in downtown Brooklyn to getting many of New York's trains to run on time. Her company is on board to revamp Long Island's railroad hub, which runs underneath the Brooklyn Nets home. In fact, McKissick Daniels' business is assigned to just about every major infrastructure improvement project financed by the city and state, including the current construction at LaGuardia Airport, the new Terminal 1 at JFK. McKissick Daniels says competing in construction's big leagues takes relationships and getting people to realize that you bring value to the table, something unique and different. Okay. Cheryl McKissick Daniels at one of her construction sites. Okay. Moses McKissick was taught the trade of making bricks by his Scottish slave master. Let that sink in. Again, this article is from 2019. And this woman has her history here, and she's telling you. It says the nation's oldest African American owned and female run construction management firm, they love that, dates back more than 2 centuries to a Tennessee slave named Moses. Moses McKissick was taught the trade of making bricks by his Scottish slave master. The trade was passed down to her grandfather and great uncle, who incorporated the family business in 1905. Over the next 60 years, they built homes, hospitals, and colleges. The McKissick said her grandfather built the Tuskegee Air Force Base, where black pilots trained to desegregate World War II. That last sentence is worded in a way. How so the person taking this information from her didn't go check this. Because it wouldn't have said, hold on, let me just make sure. I'm telling you, when you go word for word, is where you catch them. McKissick said her grandfather, McKissick said, see, she said, we didn't go check this out or verify this, but we just gonna assume that they did and whatever. Because if they did check and verify it, they would have put that there. According to our blah, 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 they would have cited all the stuff that they went to go do to check that out. Anyway, in 1968, McKissick Daniels' father, William, took over, laying the foundation for his 3 daughters. We would go to work with him every Saturday, starting at 10 years old. Walking construction sites, tracing documents, learning about building systems early in life. McKissick Daniels said it was all ingrained in us. When her father suffered a stroke in 1982, her mother, Latrice B. McKissick, stepped in. I don't know if my husband's gonna live or die, she recalled, But the next morning at 8, I had 5 major architectural and engineering companies calling me. Listen, y'all, because the message had already got out that my husband was seriously ill. The business was so good, she said, that they all wanted it. But with no training in architecture, the former school teacher used good sense and used her master's in psychology. Come on now. Come on. When they sit up there and tell you for whatever reason they trying to shame education, but we trying to show you that this is foundation here. She used her master's in psychology to find her way. So the first story we had an engineer, right? It was an engineer in that store, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. She used a master's in psychology to find her way. She found courage in liquid form. What? My husband had a bar in the conference room, so I said, I'm going. Look, they just doing all this slang. So this is how she's. I'm going in this bathroom and get fortified for this crazy board meeting, she said. She did well managing a $50 million complex at Howard University and a project at National Civil Rights Museum in Memphis. By 2000, McKissick Daniels took over the helm and moved the headquarters from Nashville to New York. But breaking into the Big Apple was only made possible by affirmative action, she said. This is a fucking. I don't know if I like this story. All right, so Cheryl McKissick Daniels, she is. Yeah, okay. Something. I just whatever. I'm gonna link this one in the description, and y'all check that out by yourself. Um, I already covered this. Actually, this story is already on my channel. CD Moody Construction. I already did a story on them. National Black Contractors Association. Okay. Minority owned construction companies. Okay, so this is the one I just read about. This one is owned by the twin brothers. Let's see. This is 2017. 7 largest black construct. Let's see. This is a YouTube video. Let's see who compiled it already. BlackTradesman.com. He has 472 subscribers. I'm going to subscribe. And let's see what he has to say. Is it going to just play? Okay, cool. Okay, it's going to be visual. Powers and Sons revenue 46 million. Style. Okay, it's going fast. UGAMAA. Oh, shit. All right, bro. I don't. Okay, we know about that one. CD Moody, 62 million. Divine Industry Group. Damn. H.J. Russell Co. revenue 228 million. Good job. Thor Construction. Thor. The 7 largest black-owned construction companies in the U.S. 2018. Let's see what Black Tradesman is up to and what is the content on their channel. Might as well do a channel review while we at it. Malcolm X explains white liberals and white conservatives are both. Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. 13,000 views. Dr. Moses West Endless Water Machine. What? Oh, okay. So he just threw some videos up here and dipped. Honor Black Labor. How to add a YouTube video to Black Trade. What? He was probably helping the trade people with his site. The Black railroad workers that built America. Are you a tradesman looking for a job? Looking to build career construction management? Become a skilled tradesman? Want to learn a trade? Become a tradesman. We can help. We connect you to jobs and training. Join for free. blacktradesman.us. Go to blacktradesman.us and see. All right. Shout out to you. Thank you for putting your channel together. Um, hmm. These dudes be loving it and just whatever. I can't even do that right now. Jennifer Todd, founder and president of LMS General Contractors, the world's youngest black woman to receive a CSLB. Let's see who this is now. Rebecca Winky. This story was updated November 9th, 2021. And this is familyhandyman.com. To mark Women's History Month, March International Women's Day, March 8th, we're showcasing outstanding women and business owners in the construction industry. There's a National Association of Women in Construction. Women make up around 10% of the industry overall, with construction and contracting seeing significant growth in women-owned firms over the past few years. Great, great, great. Come on. CTI Environmental Robin Thorne. So that must be the Thorne Constructions. Bajork Construction, Jean Bajork. A. Marie Design Build, Angela Cacase. Maker Construction Group, Peggy Hogan, Maker. All right, let's get into the young ladies. Multiple award-winning businesswoman and chemical engineer. Whoop! Listen. When they keep telling you now, they keep telling you this crazy shit about school. It's just dead. It's just dead. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't care about no debt if you taught me chemical engineering. I don't care about the debt. Is this? Oh, this is sponsored. Is this lady's house? Over the past decade, Thorne, an African American entrepreneur, community leader, and activist, has grown her company to become a thriving multi-million-dollar business. She recently founded Demo Chicks, a nonprofit that empowers young black women to enter the construction, engineering, and demolition engine. Oh, to the M to the G. I'm about to promote this. Oh, no, I'm not, because the link I just clicked did not go anywhere. Let me check this out real quick. Uh, let's see if Demo Chicks is still a thing. Demo Chicks has a Facebook and Instagram. Black owned Long Beach. Empower, Elevate. Robin Thorne, founder of Demo Chicks, believes that if you can see it, blah, blah, blah. You go, girl. Come on. Get black women into non-traditional roles. Demo Chicks. Demo Chicks. They got, yeah, she got a nice little. She on LinkedIn. I see. Yeah, because demolition is actually kind of fun, but you need to know what's behind that wall so you don't fuck yourself up and fuck up the house and everything else. And you are a chemical engineer, lady. All right, let's see. Demo Chicks has a Facebook home. Let's go check that out. Ooh, I love it. I absolutely love it already. I might have to do a separate video for you ladies in this. It looked like she needs some help promoting this. Well, baby, I best I can do is I'll do a whole video so the people that like me and rock with me, and then if one of them shares it, each one of them, and each one of them, and each one of them, and so that's what I can do. I can probably get a few thousand people interested in you. Okay, events. Wow, okay, so now I'm on my own. What the hell? See, I don't even like getting caught up. I don't like to start scrolling. Let me stop the scroll. Get back to what I was looking at. All right, so demo chicks. I have to do a separate thing on them. That would be a cool little video to do. They have some everything kind of set up. I think that they're trying to get the engagement, maybe. Jean Bajork, named one of the Construction Business Owner magazine's outstanding women in construction for 2020. Jean Bajork is president and owner of Bajork Construction, a general contractor based in Fremont, California. She founded with her husband in 1988. Besides growing the business from residential construction to commercial contracting, Bajork works to mentor a new generation of women in the industry. Okay, let's move on to Peggy Hogan, president and founder of Market Construction Group. Peggy Hogan Maker has more than 30 years of experience in the construction industry. She focuses on business development and oversees all marketing and community development for the Florida-based group. Marker, sorry, is also part owner of her family's real estate development companies with commercial, multi-family, and residential holdings in New York and Florida. Mm. The Street Group, Rachel Street dreamed of becoming a professional opera singer, but a series of health issues forced her to abandon her career in Italy. Back in her hometown of Philadelphia, she earned her contracting and real estate licenses and starting renovating houses to sell. She eventually founded the Street Group and Hestia Construction LLC, expert real estate, renovation, and design firms. Street documented her custom renovations on Instagram, eventually catching the eye of a television producer. Soon she was hosting DIY Network Philly Revival and HGTV's Philly Street Flipping. Street and her firms are known for her community services, including mentoring at-risk youth in business and skilled trades. Hell yeah, because really, if you can help folk get some money in their pocket, and really, a lot of folks, they don't necessarily want you to, some people are lazy as fuck and they just, whatever, they ain't gonna never probably really change, but sometimes, like, man, you can sow a seed in somebody and they will multiply that generationally, and like just that little bit of skill and hope and attention and love that you give that person, it shapes the rest of their lives, and they actually go on to help other people just like you helped them. That's beautiful. Shout out to you. Lms General Contractors Jennifer Todd, founder and president of Lms General Contractors, was the youngest black woman to receive a CSLBA general engineering license in California. She later studied construction and contract law. Her firm, which specializes in demolition, disaster recovery, environmental, and site work services, has offices in Florida and California. You go, girl. I have no idea. I still don't know what this copy. We gotta go find out what the CSLBA. What the hell is it? What is that? It's something so awesome we don't even know what it is. I guess I don't know. I guess it's the Contractor State License Board protects consumers from licensing and regulating the states. What the frick is it? Okay, so anyway, the California Contractor State License Board was established. I don't know what the fuck. What is it a license for? The contractor? It's just a contractor license? I don't know. Just whatever. I feel kind of stupid because uh, let's go back to the article. Because why? Uh-oh. Y'all done jacked up. Oh. Oh, to my knowledge, I don't think I'm expecting anymore. No. Okay, please don't play stuff. Stop. Okay, here we go. Kaplan Construct. Oh, where were we at? No. Gotta go back. I feel like each one of these people need their own full video because they're all promoting different nonprofits and different things that need. Okay, so let's read this again. Was the youngest black woman to receive the CSLBA. General engineering license. She later studied contract law. She later studied construction and contract law. I'm telling you, that's probably a good direction though. On the real, it's probably a real good direction, along with the AI and any type of computer programming, because you'll always have to build these structures and build these things that we need. So even if there is a robot that could cut things precisely over and over and over and over again, you're still going to have some human consciousness involved in the construction of these structures that we'll need. In a sense, I don't think that robots will be able to, robots or any type of AI, because AI is for the things that we have to do over and over and over again. Like, no one wants to do some of these repetitive ass things that we have in life, and human error, things that human error affect. You replace with robot or robotic AI type of consciousness, and then we can move on and be great, in the sense to where we can study things like construction law and, construction and contract law and all this type of stuff, engineering and all this, because engineering, general engineering, basically you saying, I'm going to build these things, I'm going to undo and break these things and rebuild them and build new things that just, oof. Shout out to all the engineers, y'all. Super smart. That math that you think that you'll never use, hmm that math that they tell you that you'll never use, all of these things that they tell us, you know, try to get us to get lazy. We're super lazy. We ain't worried about this stuff because we feel like that there's enough people doing it, and in reality, it's not. In reality, it's not enough people doing and studying these things. It's not. We don't have enough people, and I'm highlighting the people that are out here doing it, but we don't have enough, and so the market is not saturated, and all of this stuff that we tell ourselves, too many people doing it. Business is simply solving a problem. When you're conducting business, it's just a transaction. So it's something, it's an idea, it could be a feeling. People pay to feel a certain way. That is true. People will pay to have their feelings stroked, to hear things that they want to hear. They go to movies to watch things that they think will, make them feel a certain way. So people pay to be entertained and to feel a certain way. So if you go and you watch a romantic comedy or whatever, you're paying to have your feelings manipulated through the visual, through the movie and the sound and all that. So I think that we have to step it up. Like, it is super boring. It is absolutely boring. Some of that math and science. I love the experiments, but the terminology, sometimes just the terminology, learning the terminology of that subject in a lot of instances could be overwhelming. You haven't even done anything yet. You're just learning how to like, so as you're reading instructions, you're learning to understand the verbiage that you're going to be reading. And a lot of the learning starts out learning the terminology first. And when I was younger, I used to love writing the terms and the definitions, and it helps me because I see these terms or I see the the root word of some of this stuff, and so I began to understand things maybe I shouldn't understand, but mm. Ultimately, we're gonna sit on this channel. We're gonna learn a little bit. I clowned a bit early on the channel, but I want to flip it a bit. I want to give these ladies. I think I'm gonna come back to this, and I'm going to use this. So again, it's the familyhandyman.com. It's probably someone's personal blog, and they went and put this together. Let's go back here. Back. So we're back to Google. Black construction companies working on 350 million. Oh, they ain't saying nothing about this. Oh, I bet. Because I bet they ain't gonna say nothing about this. This is from blackthen.com. So black and then.com. They're citing where the photos come from. Oh, see, look at their ass about to lie and be on some weird shit that quick. The OPC is set to cost about 350 million, and an alliance of minority firms is set to get a large chunk of that. Powers and Sons Construction, UGAMAA Construction, Brown and Moman, and Safeway Construction, all a part of the Presidential Partners Consortium, have all come together as a part of the Lakeside Alliance working on the Presidential Center, according to Black Enterprise. The minority companies will be getting a 51% stake, while Turner Company, which is one of the nation's largest construction company, will have a 49% stake. It is a historical move, not just forgive me, I can't. So they gave 51% of the money to black people, but see, again, this is minority, so these people probably well, I'm just gonna be quiet and be quiet and be quiet, okay? Castle Black, I think that I did something on them along with the other TD construction. This is Thor. So ironically, in the other article, they had this being owned by a woman, but they have this guy. Maybe this is the dad or something. Who knows? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you for rocking with me on this little Google adventure. So we found some black folks doing big things. We saw them degrees, right? We heard about some of the Jim Crow era uh, prejudices and what the one guy had to go through, Mr. Allen had to go through. And I love the way they worded that. But basically, we do understand that these are finance majors, psychology, masters in psychology, engineering, all of these different degrees. And, uh, what you kind of hear nowadays is, oh, they're shunning this education trying to give you this quick fix of, oh, you're going to come through and make a couple $1,000,000 on, from doing some shit online, or, clicking or something easy. Like, you're not going to have to put in no hard work. You won't have to do any studying, any learning, a few YouTube videos, and so you'll be learned enough to do this thing. No, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. And I can't wait to get a more powerful computer, because I'll be doing some of this more complicated math, and you can join in. I'm going to fuck up because I'm not very good at this myself. And so that's another reason why I want to do it and practice and get better. And so you can join along with me in that little journey. Um, yeah, engineers, they use some math. You're going to have to know some complicated math. I know that many times they tell you you'll never be, oh, well, I never used this algebraic math here and this or whatever. Any seamstress out there, any people that build or put things together, oh, honey, you use that math and writing and taking notes. All of these things help you to create. The more thorough and the more organized you are in your life, in your brain, in your thoughts, and in everything you do, the more effective that you will be in putting together your thoughts and bringing these things from your head into reality. Otherwise, they'll just stay up there. And then, you live your life in this frenzy of thoughts and these fleeting little things that you do throughout the day that waste a lot of time. And so you've done a whole lot of nothing in the end. And many times you can just sit back for an hour or two and learn. Like even right now, we learned. We learned about these people. I didn't know any of these people. I hadn't heard of them. I hadn't heard of any of their companies, did not know that they existed. So I learned something new, and hopefully you did too. Um, Drop your comments below if you're listening to this on the playback. Again, I did see some people pop in and pop out. I know they're probably thinking, oh, she's going crazy with the lives. But listen, the lives help me because I can get the entire thought out, read what I need to read, and back up what I need to say. And then I don't have to store anything anywhere. So once I end this in the stream, it processes all on YouTube side, and I don't use up any space or anything. And for now, seeing that my computer, yesterday I tried to do the screen share because I want to do that when we do the math stuff and the vocab stuff, learning all that, the different vocabs of even programming. That vocabulary is just different. Some words. Even in this, I still don't know that license that this woman has. I don't know. I don't know. The youngest black woman to ever have it, they say on there. So shout out to her. Let's see. A case study of Nelsprin Mandela. This is some shit from South Africa. Okay. I like case studies though. I have no idea why, but I love reading them. November 5th. Oh my God. Do you want to read a case study from the Mandela municipality of South Africa? Of Nelspruit. I don't even know what the hell. Oh, has something to do with construction. They probably got some hidden shit in there. Black construction companies near me. Chicago leaders demand the hiring of black-owned contractors. Okay, so I'm gonna say this, and then all the black people ain't gonna like me no more. I don't even know what to do. Oh well, listen, and whoever else that be have doing shit. If you're a half-doing person, you ain't gonna like what I'm about to say. First and foremost, in business, all of it, listen, all of the thoughts and dreams and stuff floating through your head, all of that is fine and dandy. Listen, you could want to be an astronaut or this or that or whatever. You have to commit to certain things. Like when you commit to school, uh, you get your books, you go and meet all the professors, get all your syllabus, you know what your requirements of you are. And you're supposed to go sit your ass down and get to studying. And honey, trust and believe. It is difficult. Like I don't even see how people have time for fun and whatever else they be trying to do. I don't even see how you have it, how you could do it because it is so demanding, but there are certain things that you can effectively teach yourself. I'm all for that. I believe it. I do believe that there are some things that you can effectively teach yourself and learn on your own. And there are some things that you need guided. You need someone to guide you through studying and learning this thing. This is not something that you can grasp all the way on your own. And that's just my opinion. I do believe that college and, all of the structured school, the biggest thing that it's teaching us is how to learn on our own. The graduate students, PhD students, they're getting instruction and then they're going off, they're getting a minimum amount of instructions. Maybe just the requirements for them to complete the course. And that's the instruction. Here are your requirements. Go fulfill them. Zero the lectures and all this stuff that you get in undergrad and all of this or whatever, even some of the ones you may get in your master's class, PhD class, graduate PhD class, honey, you have to go and begin what? Doing research and composing different writings, to express these things that you are tasked to learn. And I don't care what anyone says, this hodgepodge, throw it together, duct tape, glue this shit together. That shit don't work, honey. I'm sorry. And a lot of times people jack up because this corner cutting, hodgepodge, glue it together shit. And not only that, like, okay, boom. So you're exposed for gluing this shit together and not really doing it correctly and not really doing, instead of going back and going to do it correctly, then it becomes whoever's fault. Now it's everybody else's fault for you not making the proper choices and decisions to do the shit properly. Right? Why didn't you do it properly? Why did you do it bootleg? Because you're trying to hurry up and get some type of gain. Some gains you cannot get in a hurry, honey. Some gains you will never see. You will never see some of the fruit of your labor. And if you're selfish enough to want to see it all, that's another thing that, the universe and karma is going to have to deal with you on. Because some people, they're so selfish, like they want to see all of their fruit. They want to see all of the money. They don't care. Like once they're in the ground, they don't care about their family, friends, and other people around them, even the people that supported them. And so some people, they're legacy minded. They are truly legacy minded and generational. They're thinking 100 years ahead of them. Some people do think that. And these are the people oftentimes that you see with these businesses that they're able to pass down generation to generation. But there's another really weird thing that's being taught to us to tell us not to do business with friends and family. But time after time, each time we look at these successful companies, what are we seeing? We're seeing friends and family put them together. Why do they tell black people that, though? They keep telling black folks that. That's something circulate around with black folks. I hear that more with black folks. Can't do business with friends and family. And no one has caught on to like, wow, that's why they tell me not to do business. You don't get it, huh? You didn't get it, huh? You didn't get the subliminal, how they slipped it in, and now they got you, no, I can't do business with my childhood friend or with my friends or with my family or whatever. And so we'll have this situation where, we'll ruin this or that and whatever. And no one is thinking generationally. No one is thinking generationally. When you look at these, what I just even highlighted, you hear them say, well, my dad and my granddad, and they talk about this thing being passed along in their family. A few instances where it sparks up in that generation, but then think 50 years from now, they're going to be passing that along to their children. And so we're going to be reading the articles about their children. And so we are amongst these people. They're at our grocery stores. They're walking and driving around with us every day. These people are not hidden. And it's not just construction, though. It's not just construction. There's a number of things. And see, I think that, maybe whatever the percentage of black folks here in America, was it 13, 15, 28%, whatever. These percentages that we kind of hooked on, that, and then you may be in an area where you're not seeing it. You may not be seeing it. And I will tell you, and I will encourage you and beg you almost, please change your scenery. Because black folks is doing some beautiful things, okay? And they having things, and it ain't this downtrodden, poverty-stricken shit. And really, it's not all this rap and gangster shit neither. This is what they want you to see. They want to keep you under hypnosis. And sometimes you have to put this shit down, especially the visuals. And I'm glad that I'm not a part of that for you. If you're just listening, that shout out to you. You can handle other business while you're listening to me and keep it pushing. But see, I'm not holding you hostage. Now, I will give you the links, and you can hold yourself hostage by going out and doing your own research. But all this stuff are articles that you have to read. It's not going to be a video or whatever. So you will have to sit down and read this and read about these people. And I will link all of the places that we read today. And I hope you go check it out. But you can't say that I held you hostage, because I did not. I spoke with you. I hopefully spoke some life into you. And I know I joke and stuff on this channel. And I think a lot of these videos that I have on here, I do feel like I kind of came into myself in this past year. And I do want to get more serious. I want to be real about learning and moving forward. And every single day you can learn something new, a cluster of new things, dedicating a few hours of study and learning things new. And we can do that live and make it fun. And I'll make it fun because I crack jokes. I have no problems letting you know when I don't know stuff and I don't know how to pronounce stuff. I'm not going to sit up here and be on no goody two-shoes crap with you. I cannot. But I do enjoy learning. I don't like sitting up here in an ignorant state. Folk, you use some verbiage that I don't understand. I don't have a problem saying, hey, what is that? What does that mean? What are you saying? And for the person to say, well, oh, you're dumb because you don't know what that means. You should know what that means. Hey, well, I'm dumb or whatever. But you tell me what it means. Tell me. Come on, so I can know. And oftentimes you'll find they don't know what the fuck it means either. Anyway, tell me what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for listening.